All right, it's been a while. It's been a while, but in this time, in this little hiatus I have taken from making these types of videos, I have come up with another great invention idea, and I just wanted to share that with you all, with all the entrepreneurs out there in the world, anyone who's looking for any new big ideas that they might want to try and capitalize on and get a head start in the industry on, you know. All right, so hear me out. We all go to the bathroom, right? All of our stomach hurts, right? Some of our stomachs hurt more than others, you know? We all take dumps, all right? We all drop deuces. And I'm sure every single one of you have experienced the splash that takes place once the chocolate nugget has touched the water. It splashes up. The water splashes, it rises, and it cakes your butt cheeks in dirty toilet water. No one likes that. No one likes that. It's one of the most disgusting feelings anyone could ask for, and I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy, to be quite honest. It's incredibly disgusting, and especially if it happens in a public bathroom. And I've come up with an invention that can try to mitigate or completely eliminate the splash effect that takes place once you drop a deuce. Hear me out. Hear me out. It's a powder, right? It's a powder of some sorts. It comes in a little baggie. It comes in a little baggie. You take this powder and you pour it into the top part of your toilet. You take the lid of the toilet hood thing. You take that off and expose the inner machinations of the toilet itself. You then pour the powder that's in the baggie into the spot you just opened up, the inner workings of the toilet, the internals of the toilet. You pour it in there, and you let it fermiate. You let it permeate, ferment. You let it sit in there for a while, and then you flush the toilet. This powder, as soon as it touches the water, a chemical reaction occurs that causes it to coagulate with the water, thus making it into a jello-like substance, which upon impact, once you drop a deuce, you know, when you're going to the bathroom, upon impact, it will absorb the turd. It won't splash. It'll be like dropping a brick on a pile of jello, on a big bucket, in a big bucket of jello. It's not going to splash anywhere. It'll just get absorbed and slowly sink down into the water. And it only does this turd. You might say, okay, well, that sounds fantastic, Isaac. But what about when you urinate? What about when you pee? Because, you know, people pee too. And that's the beauty of it all. That's the beauty. That's the sheer magnificence of this idea. It's because it's weight sensitive. You know, pee is a liquid. It's not too heavy. It's not too hefty. But when you drop a deuce, there's a reason it splashes in the first place. Am I wrong? There's a reason it splashes. It's because it's a solid mass, a solid heavy mass touching down in the water at incredible speeds. Obviously, it's going to splash. Now, you might say, hey, pee splashes too. Yes, that is true. That is true. But no one knew, like, who says, wow, man, I was peeing earlier on the toilet and all that pee splashed on my butt cheeks? No one says that. That doesn't happen to you. Men usually pee standing up, and I don't know how women do it, but I mean, I'm sure it's not splashing their butts. I'm positive, dude, unless I missed the memo or some nonsense. So it's weight sensitive, and it only interacts with a turd, with anything heavier than pee itself. It'll absorb it, and then it flushes like normal. If you pee on it, it's just like water. But as soon as the turd hits it or anything heavy, it absorbs it, thus mitigating the splash and completely eliminating it. Now, there might be some issues. It might mitigate it or it might completely eliminate it, depending on the turd size itself. You know, people differ. Some people, you know, it gets a little rough sometimes, dude. It gets a little rough. So it really will depend on the person, because it's pretty much impossible to make a product that's universal for such a broad spectrum of people, you know. But I truly believe that this device could be game changing an incredible way, because businesses can use this for their toilets. People, you know, your own humble abode, you can put this in your toilet. No one would have to worry about the splash effect of taking a deuce anymore. You'd feel happy taking a deuce. You would want to go and take a deuce and not have to worry about the splash effect. I worry about the splash effect all the time, dude. It's incredible and incredibly disastrous issue that needs to be addressed, and I'm pretty sure a product like this doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. At least I haven't heard of it. But this is truly game changing. So like I said, any entrepreneurs, any entrepreneurs, any inventors that need a product to run with, this is that product. And the same thing with my ball sweat water video. That's still there, and I haven't seen anyone come up with a product like that, a physical product just yet. And that's big money just waiting to be had, and no one's taking advantage of it. It is right there on the internet for everyone to see, and no one's taking advantage of it. That is literal money sitting in that video, and no one's doing anything with it. It's outstanding, dude. I'm about to take my own offer up. I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to help you. That is literal money. This video and the ball sweat video is literal money to be had, and no one's taking advantage of it. It's kind of outstanding, dude, but I truly believe this invention is absolutely game changing, and it will save lives, in fact, to be quite honest.